Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. So today we're taking a look at some more of my Masters of the Universe Origins figures, and I'm sort of building a modest collection of these. I'm probably not going to pick up every figure from this line, but I am picking up what I feel is necessary in order to build a sort of decent collection of these. And the ones that we're looking at today are from various waves. This is Evil-Lyn, was from the first wave. You can see new for 2020 up there in the corner. So this is one of the earlier figures, and then this Mer-Man figure comes from 2021. And then the newest one that I have here is the Sorceress, and you can see that's labeled new for 2022. So yeah, these were not all released at the same time. But the nice thing is that these figures really kind of capture the traditional look of these figures as they were originally produced back in the day. But they also have the modern articulation. And that's one of the selling points of this particular line of figures, that they even say modern posing retro play. So that's really cool. And Evil-Lyn is looking pretty badass. I really like the look of this character. And we will be getting all these out of the package later on in the video, so stay tuned for that. And on the back of the package, you can see some of the ones that were released, you know, in those early waves. So He-Man and Skeletor, obviously I have both those in my collection. And then you can see Teela, Man-at-Arms, Evil-Lyn, and Beast-Man. So, and you can see these really nice illustrations are on all these packages as well. So, you know, very much in keeping with the traditional look for the packaging style. So, looks really good. And they also feature pictures of, you know, the various features of the figure. So that's really cool. And then here on Mer-Man, this is the Lords of Power version of Mer-Man. So looking a little bit different from his traditional look, but I think it looks pretty awesome. And I found this figure at retail, and I decided to go ahead and pick it up. I think it looks really cool. And then on the back of the package, you can see some of the ones that were released in 2021. He-Man and Skeletor actually got reissued with more traditional head sculpts. So those are out there as well. Then he had Faker, Fisto, another version of Evil-Lyn, and of course Mer-Man. And you can see an illustration up here with Mer-Man in action. So that's really cool. And then last but not least, we have the Sorceress over here. And I think this figure looks great. And I ordered this from Big Bad Toy Store and was recently delivered. So looking really cool. And on the back of the package, you can see some of the newer ones from 2022. You can see Buzz-Off, Stratos, and Jitsu. And here we have a picture of the Sorceress doing her sorcery kind of things. So this is all very exciting, and you know, I think they look great in the package, but I'm anxious to get all these out of the package so we can look at the details and the accessories up close. So stay tuned. Okay, so we have these figures out of the package now, and we'll start over here with Evil-Lyn, and you can see all the detail and paintwork on this looks really good. Really think all the sculpting and stuff on this, they really did a good job with. And she comes with one accessory, which is this staff with a crystal ball on the top of it. So yeah, it looks really good. And in terms of articulation on these, it's pretty much standard across the board in terms of both the male and the female figures. The head is on a ball joint, so you get movement front and back, side to side, and also rotation. At the shoulder, they can extend out. Also gets a 360-degree rotation. At the elbow, you get a bend. You get rotation from side to side as well. At the wrist, you get bending back and forth like this, and also rotation. So lots of posability in the arms. At the waist, it's just a single joint, single swivel joint right there. At the hip, she can kick out, kick forward, kick back. At the knee, you get a knee bend like this, and also rotation from side to side. At the lower leg, you get a pivot right there from side to side. And at the ankle, you get front and back like this, and also rotation. So very good articulation on these. A lot of posability on these figures. I think they look fantastic in terms of, you know, capturing the look of the original Masters of the Universe line, but also, you know, bringing in that sort of modern posability. So very cool. And then up next, we got Mer-Man. And one thing I noticed when I took this out of the package was that this harness around his chest was a little bit loose. So I just adjusted it one notch further down so it would kind of tighten it up a little bit. I don't know if that was just a quality control issue, but it was basically easily rectified because there are several notches on this harness that you can sort of adjust it. So it just needed a little bit of tightening. And then in terms of articulation on this figure, he gets a lot of rotation and movement at the head. So you can see he gets a lot of side to side, front and back, and rotation. So a lot of really excellent head movement on this figure. And then at the shoulder, he can extend out. Also gets 360-degree rotation. At the elbow, there's a bend there, back and forth, and also rotation at the wrist, and also bending back and forth at the wrist. Pivot at the waist. At the hip, you can kick out, kick forward, kick back, knee bend, knee swivel from side to side. At the lower leg, you get a pivot there, and then at the ankle, bending back and forth like this, and also pivot. So yeah, fantastic articulation on this figure as well. And I really like the look of it, and he comes with a sword, which you can hold in his hand like that. So looks really cool. And then last but not least, we got the Sorceress over here. And I'm not going to go over the articulation on this one too much because it's pretty much the same as Evil-Lyn. The main difference on this one is the wings, because you get articulated wings that extend out like this. So that looks really cool. And she can hold her staff with both hands, so that's really cool. You can get it in that position. And she can get a full rotation on the head, but you want to do that when the wings are in the downward position, because otherwise this headpiece will crash into the wings as it's rotating. So there is somewhat limited articulation in terms of her head movement, but pretty much all the other articulation is pretty similar to the Evil-Lyn figure. So yeah, I'm really enjoying all the paintwork and everything on this. I think it looks really fantastic. And it should be noted that all these figures have the interchangeable parts on them. So both the male and the female figures, you have the ability to swap out various parts on them. For instance, you can pop out the arm on this, and you can pop it in the arm from any other figure. Like with Skeletor, his arms also pop off. So all these joints are universal. So yeah, you can put various arms on various figures, and same with various other parts. They split apart at the waist as well, so you can actually pop them right in half. So you can put the upper half of one figure on the lower half of another. So yeah, lots of different possibilities. Head swaps are really easy too, because that ball joint is universal on all the male figures. And in terms of the female figures, I'll swap a bunch of parts on these so I can show you what that looks like. So here you can see I swapped a bunch of parts between the two female figures. And you can see all these joints are completely compatible. You can switch around the heads, the waist, and the lower leg, and the arms, obviously. So yeah, you can completely create these sort of, hybrid Frankenstein kind of versions of these figures just by swapping around various parts between them. So that's a really cool feature of this line. The amount of customizability of the figures is very good. So the only ones that don't seem to have the swappable parts are some of the ones that have special features, like Mosquitor, who has that sort of blood pumping action in his chest. So the arms on the figure are not removable because it has that special feature in the chest area of the figure. So, but all the other parts are completely interchangeable with various other figures. So that's a cool feature. So that's pretty much it for this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more reviews of Masters of the Universe figures in the future, think about subscribing to the channel, because I will be covering more of this stuff in the future. Until next time, I hope you're having a great day, and thanks for watching.